unedited. Give him a break because he sure deserves one. And when he's back from his break, you'll see his
Hello there, Morons. It's Victor, King of the Morons, with my general all the way from Shizuoka,
Mully.
General Mully there. And today we're coming at you with a Stray Talk video that is actually by request. Today's Stray Talk video. Mully, did you know this is a by request video?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Because I warned you. You're
And it's
supposed to lie and say, "Oh, really? Oh, I'm so surprised."
Very interesting. I'd like to point out the person that requested this, because you sent me the mail, right?
Right.
The person that requested this, I don't know if she wants her name or not, but it's Brenda Johnson, which is the same character name on The Closer, Kira Sedgwick.
Huh?
On the TV show The Closer, Kira Sedgwick, her name is Brenda Johnson.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not.
So it might be a fake name, what you're saying.
But
I was going to point out the initials were BJ.
Oh, nice.
You know, that's what I thought you were going to say, honestly.
Right. BJ spells Hummer.
BJ spelled Hummer?
Yeah.
Is there a Hummer in here as well? I'm looking at the name. Okay. Hey, guys, so this is an adult conversation, but it's about something that actually has happened to me before this topic has come up, and probably Mully too. Mully, I'll tell you what happened to me a few months, well, probably about a year or two ago now.
Okay.
You know, internet 1 month is a year. So, so I got an email from someone who told me that all okay, this is, I'm sorry to paraphrase this, but something like Japanese people were all perverts because they rape each other on trains all the time.
Oh, okay.
And I was, I'm like, I think you're mistaken. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And he sent me a link to, honestly, it was a link to some porno site where there was some kind of video where men were molesting women on crowded subways. And the funny thing is, I guess you could give this guy, you could give the video points for realism. But obviously it's a porno movie. I mean, it's a setup. Sure. I don't understand how they make these movies, but you can't shoot a video inside of a train. Believe me, I tried. No, not really. But I really doubt you can shoot a video inside of it's a pretty first-rate video. I mean, quality-wise,
Sure.
Not story-wise. I tell you, the story's pretty simple. Girl gets on the train, gets molested, and suddenly everyone on the train is having sex with her.
Sure.
Okay, so this poor commentator honestly thought this was true, and I know this may sound ridiculous to some of you, but people were actually supporting him in the comments, saying, "Yeah, I've seen those before. Japanese are all pervs," So, Mully,
there is quite a bit of like butt grabbing that I've heard of. I've never seen it myself.
I've heard of it. I have never seen it, and I've been on. I'm on the lookout all the time. And I'm looking out for people smoking on trains.
Sure.
Picking their nose and shit. I don't see anything like that.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. But with that said, I know a lot of women that said they've been groped on the train before. So,
oh yeah. Almost every woman I've said says she's been groped.
Right.
So obviously, I believe it happens. I'm not gonna say, oh, I've never seen it, so it doesn't happen. No.
Right.
Don't mistake that.
Right. And I have seen those videos that you were talking about. Like I was, I've been on the net like searching for cartoons and accidentally come across some of these,
Accidentally, I found some porn.
Full train, sex videos.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's when I was searching stuff for my church group.
Full train sex. What?
That's when I was searching for stuff for my church group. I don't know how I...
For your church group, yes.
I don't know how I got on there.
Somehow ended up on a porno page. Right. But here's the thing. This is why this is relevant. We got a link today to it's an article on, I suppose an article is the right word. I don't know these days, a blog posting on en.rocketnews24.com, which is a fairly fun homepage.
Yeah, they got a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah, got a lot of funny stuff. I don't know how much all of it, how accurate a lot of it is, but apparently, and actually I looked it up. Mully, you might not know this part, but there have been 3 foreigners arrested over the last. I looked it up. I think it's like over a span of like 5 or 6 years. Okay. But the article makes it seem like it's a recent event. Right. Right? Didn't you think it was a recent event?
Right. Well, Victor, before we get into this, there was something I wanted to say about this.
Okay.
Sure. This is a really interesting article. to look over and comment on like we're about to do. But before we get going, like we're living in a world now where news is like disseminated at such a hectic pace that most news outlets have to use clickbaity headlines or certain
clickbaiting headlines.
Yeah, or
like probably this video.
Yeah, or certain keywords to get people to, you know, look at what they have to offer, right? So this article kind of has that aroma of clickbait.
That's true. That's true. But apparently some of the people that they mentioned were arrested years ago. But the way it's written, it makes it seem like it all happened recently. So here's the thing. Let me just read the title to you. 3 foreign tourists arrested for molestation in Japan after thinking it was normal behavior. Now, Mully, when you see that headline, what do you think has actually happened from just the headline?
Well, when I first read the headline, I thought, oh my God, like 3 guys were here together and they were doing perverted stuff and got busted.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. 3 guys were hanging out together thinking, hey, let's be perverted. But obviously that's not what happened. No. And there's not really much point going into the details of the train except to say that, well, I suppose we should specify what kind of perverted activity took place. Do you remember some of the activity?
One of them was upskirt pictures with their,
it's called tosatsu,
or phone camera.
You take your cell phone and you pretend you're like playing a game, and then when no one's looking, you shove it forward and click the button.
Right.
Now, here's something that's kind of screwed up and kind of supports the notion that Japanese are perverted. Japan is, I don't know how many countries require the cell cameras to have a noise when you take a picture. But Australia, if you go, I know that Australia does not require one, and America does not require one. As far as I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. As far as I know, very few countries require cell phone makers to include a shutter sound when you take a picture. But Japan is one of those, and you can actually buy an app to get rid of that sound.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
I knew they had the law that you couldn't have the option of turning it off or even turning it down. Even if you turn your phone all the way down, it still makes that ka-chink, chink sound.
Oh, really? You can't do... Yeah, really? I didn't know that. Okay. So the other day I was on a train, and someone sent me a picture, and it was something innocent, but I wanted to capture the screen. I think it was a camera I was looking at. And I was in the train, the phone was right near my face, and I took a picture, but it was right behind a woman's head. You know, like, I took the picture right behind a young woman's head. And of course she heard the shutter go off. But I mean, and then after that she got all paranoid, like I was taking a picture of her. But I mean, obviously, what would I have taken a picture of at her head level, you know?
True.
But she kept looking at me, and even when everyone got off the train, she was looking over at me like, what did you take a picture of?
Maybe she thought it was a down blouse.
Dude. Down blouse, right? Ah, no, I don't think that was possible. Yeah, but anyway, but it was funny. Okay, so that's one of them was that. The other one was a guy grabbing a girl on, where was it? I forgot.
Grabbing a woman's ass.
Grabbing a woman's ass on the subway. Yeah.
Inside an adult bookstore.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was actually what got me.
Right.
I mean, I hate to be... I'm one of those guys like, what was she doing in a bookstore? That's my gut reaction. I know this is completely wrong, and I'll be the first person to admit that this is not a good logical reasoning. But my first impression was, what was she doing inside of an adult bookstore in the first place if she wasn't asking for it? You know, which I know
holds no water.
It's not a logical, holds no water. Yes, but it holds a lot of ass. Yeah. So that we should make a new a new metaphor. That argument holds no ass.
Right.
Yes. So now, of course, I know women should be allowed to go to adult porno stores and and look for pornography without the fear of being molested, just like any normal otaku nerd guy. Okay. What was the third guy?
It was a Chinese guy that. I'm sorry, that's wrong. He was arrested for lifting the skirt while riding the train.
Well, lifting a skirt while riding a train.
And I find it interesting that whoever wrote this article said, this last incident appears influenced by a scene from the classic 1993 AV Nurse.
Oh, right.
Blah, blah, blah. Or something like that. I don't know because I don't watch the stuff.
Right. No, I remember that. Okay. So the China, what I thought was interesting about this was that this information was posted, of course, on the internet, and Chinese people were were criticizing this guy.
Right.
And some people said, make them Japanese citizens. So the implication is Chinese people think that Japanese people are pervs. And you know, I guess it is, you know, the world does think that Japan is full of pervs, but of course pervs exist everywhere. Why do you think, Mully, I really don't know the answer to this, and I'd like to be able to defend Japan on this point, because I think it's illogical to assume that one country is more perverted than another.
Right.
Because, you know, why do you think Japan has such a bad rep for being full of pervs?
To be totally honest, I think it's because
it's true.
If you search Japanese, if you search Asian porn, Japanese porn, there is quite a lot of weird stuff out there, like scat videos and the octopus tentacles and you know, just all kinds of weird stuff, man. So. But, you know, this is no different than a lot of people thinking that if you come to Japan, you're going to see women walking around in kimono and people being driven up the street in a jinrickshaw, or, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
So it's just, well, I'm sorry, how do you say, what's that?
Jinrickshaw.
Rickshaw?
Yeah.
Huh?
Jinrickshaw.
Jinrickshaw. I'm trying to think of the kanji. Jinrickshaw. Yes, so... Jinrickshaw do exist, but they're kind of rare.
Yeah, they're usually in touristy spots, near castles.
Touristy spots, like right. Yeah, they do exist, but yeah, they're pretty rare. And women in kimono do exist in every big city, everywhere, and even small cities. But, again, only on special occasions. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But I'll be the first to admit that I was under the same assumption.
Oh, yeah, sure.
When I came to Japan 24 years ago.
Sure, same here.
I thought everyone would be a saint. Everyone was a saint, and everyone would have their hair up and wear kimonos and stuff. And,
yeah, so, I had the same image. Anyway. So we're all guilty
so
of it.
So basically ignorance. But on the other hand, one other reason that Japanese porn might be more popular is that it's actually just better. The porn industry in Japan, I suppose, is just a little bit more creative, a little bit more competitive. But what happens is maybe the whole country gets labeled as a perverted country just because their porn industry is superior. Just like, you know, their... Generally speaking, their cameras are better, their cell phones are better, well, except for Apple. But you know what I'm saying. Well, actually, Samsung does better too. Anyway, you know what I'm saying.
Well, and I also kind of lay it off to what I call the pendulum.
Okay, they're cars. Japanese cars. That's what I should have. That's what I should have compared it with. Sorry, go ahead.
I also kind of lay it off to what I call the pendulum theory. Is that they swing so far in their normal everyday life that the porn swings equally as far on the opposite side.
So you think they're so straight?
Yeah, in their everyday, you know, I have to go to work, follow what society says, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Then when it's get behind closed doors...
Which is true. Everyone will admit that Japan is pretty well known for being, or infamous or famous for being, a kind of square, go by the rules, mob mentality, you know, type of country. Right. Well, it could be.
So I think when they make porn movies, they swing the exact amount of, you know, insaneness on that stuff, you know. But, you know, when I hear people talking about Japanese porn being so weird, I'm like, have you ever seen any stuff from Germany?
Germany, yeah.
You know? There's some weird European porn,
I haven't, but I have occasionally seen, you know, friends of mine have told me they've seen German porn, and it's been, you know, not me personally, of course, but...
Yeah, I've never seen it.
But just not nothing really interesting about it. Just mostly it's just weird.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I think that there's actually a review. We'll have to do another video on this sometime in the future, but we'll have to go through and do a quiz video, Mully, on pornography in the world, especially in Asia.
I don't know much about it.
I don't know much about it. We'll have to research that and quiz each other on that. But anyway, regarding these three guys who were arrested for thinking that doing molesting women in Japan was okay. What do you think about these guys?
Okay, well...
Should we cut them any slack?
Well, it's kind of like... Well, I kind of feel like what you said before is they wrote this and it sounded like these three guys were together. And they also... In the article, they say a recent spate of molestation committed by foreign tourists. You know, they make it sound like, you know, an epidemic. Where it was, you know, 3 different individuals. And only one of them...
Over a span of 3 years or so.
Right, and only one of them had said that it was from something that he watched in, that he got the idea from stuff he watched in movies.
Reports claiming that one foreign suspect, confessed to police saying, watching Japanese adult videos, I thought that people here were open about sex. Right. I thought molesters were everywhere. Right. So you're right. You're right. It's just one guy, but the article focused on that guy and made it seem like everyone, all foreigners who come over here.
When the other guys are just regular pervs.
Yeah, basically they're just assholes.
Right, sure, exactly, yeah.
Pervs who, regular pervs who got caught for doing something they shouldn't have, and rightly so, they got arrested. So that's the way the cookie crumbles. So that's about it. Anyway, that was a request, a straight talk video from Brenda. Thanks, Brenda, for giving us that question. If anyone else has a particular question that they would like Mully and Victor to answer together, then send it to gimmeabreakman@gmail.com. Do not try to contact me other ways. It's a pain in the ass.
Or you can send it to Mully5150@gmail.com.
Yes. Yeah, actually, that's probably, you know what? If you get to Mully and he says he'll do it, then I'll do it.
There you go.
Okay. It might get lost in my mail because I got so much crap. And I got a baby, I'm busy. I'm busier than Mully.
Thanks for shitting on my channel, Victor.
No, but if you get Mully to agree to it, then I'll do it for sure. And the chances of you getting to him are better than getting to me right now. Just because of my time problems right now.
And I'm lonely.
But thanks for watching.
I don't get much mail.
But be sure to check out War Moth Strat. Okay, on
Links
YouTube.
In the
and links in the description, of course. And please, if you like these videos, please support us by simply rating or giving us a thumbs up. It's not that hard. All you got to do is, I like to say lick the video, but rate the video, lick the video, comment, and share, tweet it out, do what you can. Just tell us. When you do those things, you're telling us, hey, we appreciate what you did. And if you didn't like the video, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up.
Exactly.
Right. But I would really appreciate it if you told me exactly why. I'd be really curious. Right. And I would appreciate it too. Unless you're a total douchebag.
And if there's something you disagree with, I don't think either one of us mind disagreements, but
we find disagreements
but don't be trolling about it. You know what I mean?
Well, Mully,
yeah, well, that's the internet, right? Yeah.
Whatever. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon. We're going to try to get one of these out once a week at least. So check back next Wednesday. Hopefully Wednesday or Thursday we'll get one out by then. All right, thanks for watching, and peace out! And don't grab people on the subway. It's bad. It's naughty.